Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, Living Life with Leticia. It's not a hairdo video. I am getting ready to cook, and actually I'm cooking holiday dinner. I know Easter is coming up. You may not want to do all of this for Easter, but I have a whole big old turkey, and yes, it's just for two, but I'm getting ready to slay this bird and put it in the oven so we can put it in our mouth.
Sit down. Get your dip up on that baby. Oh, look at the baby mama. Oh, that baby's gonna get cooked. That baby's gonna get cooked. Woo-hoo. You're gonna do a little tea.
That's what I do when I'm cooking. I gotta make it fun. And he had a shot too, look. Anyway, back to the real reason that we're here, which is not to play with this bird, but to show you how I season it. I'm gonna, first of all, I got
butter
some
my
butter,
bird.
and I'm gonna slather this on and inside and around and on above and underneath this bird. Now you can do chicken like this. The butter was cold and the bird was cold, so it didn't melt the way I wanted it to, so I'm gonna melt that butter. But I'm using all of my normal seasoning, except I'm using this new Mrs. Dash, and then the Kinder's. That Kinder's, you have to watch out for that because it has a lot of salt in it. So it can be over salty if you're not careful, and I did not know that it had so much salt in it until I used it. But hey, in this recipe, it's okay because y'all know it takes a lot to season up a bird, and this bird is finna be seasoned. And now I'm pouring some butter on it because, like I said, that butter was cold, the bird was cold. Now it's kind of warmed up. Butter's all good, and I'm gonna put it in there just like I would. Now I'm gonna make this like a tent. I don't want the foil to touch my turkey because I don't want the skin to get all stuck to it. I've seen somebody spray theirs before, but I didn't spray this one this time. But I'm just gonna make it like a tent and do that. Now I wanted to mention this because I've heard so many people that's doing recipes and stuff like that on YouTube and the other social medias that people are not knowing to wash their hands. Now I thought that was a gimme, but just FYI, we wash our hands. We wash everything. But let's move on to this cornbread because I'm making some cornbread. So I got 1 cup of meal, 1 cup of flour. I'm putting in sugar, and I think that's 3 tablespoons. I'm just following the recipe that's on the back of the meal. And this cornbread has not been so bad. It has worked out for me. Now I still gotta look at it, but now this cornbread, this is just with the milk. My mom used to make cornbread, and her cornbread was the bomb. The entire family loved her cornbread. If nothing else, she could make some dang cornbread. And that cornbread was crispy around the ends. It was light. It was fluffy. It was not like a cake. It did not look nothing like a cake. It was cornbread, and it was the bomb. But anyway, I'm making my cornbread off the back of this. She taught me how to make it, but this is off the back of that. Now I'm getting ready for my gravy. We're gonna do some giblet gravy. I take the giblets, I take the liver, I take the neck and everything, and I chop that up. I leave just a little bit of water because I'm gonna put some cream of chicken soup in there, and that's gonna be the start of my gravy. So I do cream of chicken. I also do whatever chicken parts I have. If it's just chicken, I will maybe cut up a little bit of the chicken. But this has livers, gizzards, neck, and I'm using all of it. I chop up the gizzards, I chop up the neck meat, and I put that into my giblet or giblet gravy. I also put in there onion, bell pepper, egg, celery, salt and pepper to taste. That's my gravy. So now it can be as creamy or as thick or as thin as you want it to be, or however you want to stretch it. But we like ours a little thick. So anyway,
giblet gravy.
Moving on to this turkey. Y'all look at this turkey, and I don't even do turkey that often. And now I'm putting some more butter around it just because I want it to cook really good, and I want it to be really flavorful. Now it's time for the dressing or the stuffing or whatever you guys want to call it today, but I'm calling it dressing because that's what my grandmama used to fix. I put that in there. That's my cornbread. I do pepperidge form. I've got onion, bell pepper, and celery. Holy Grail is what they call it. I'm putting that in there. I also have some chicken broth that I'm going to use. I have sage, a little bit of celery salt, and then I'm gonna end it with some salt and pepper. But in the meantime, I want this to be kind of mushed down and not cornbready, because I don't want to eat a big chunk of cornbread that hasn't been mixed in. Now, y'all see this turkey? Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That baby cooking. Yes, they did. So now I got the turkey back in the oven. I'm still working on this dressing because, you know, this cornbread is whatever this cornbread is. But I'm going to finish it up, like I said, with some salt, a little bit, a lot of salt, apparently. And then maybe, do I have some pepper? Am I going to put some pepper in there? I am not a big pepper eater. Y'all going to have to learn that about me. I put pepper on stuff, but not much. I love this food. Hey, my bubby loves this food. It was awesome. It was delicious. It was great. We enjoyed it. I hope you guys decide to have a great dinner like this. If you do, look at these recipes and make it for yourself. You guys be blessed and be a blessing. Enjoy that dinner because the holidays are coming back. Easter, here we come.